I've always wondered what really makes me the way that I am. I'm gay. Fabulously gay. And I'm trying to figure out how men like me could have survived evolution. Okay, maybe we do have a natural affinity for the arts, but is that really enough to compensate for us all not reproducing? And by all of us, I mean like 3 to 5% of the population. That's like at least 200 million human beings. If Darwin was right and we did descend from animals, maybe our furry friends can give us a clue.
There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
Primatologist Dr. Jean-Baptiste Leca of the University of Lethbridge discovered a rare form of homosexual behavior among Japanese macaques.
In this particular all-male group, several males formed what we call consortships.
What's a consortship?
A consortship is a temporary but exclusive sexual relationships. The partners solicit each other for sex. They mount each other, sometimes in both directions. They do have a strong sexual relationships that can last from 20 minutes to a couple of days, sometimes even a couple of weeks.
So why is this happening?
They do travel together, they live together, so they have to get along. And maybe this form of sexual behaviors could be enacted as a way to make them bond and really get along socially.
Homosexual behavior has been known to serve all manners of social functions, especially within primate groups. But does this apply to humans?
By conducting specific analysis, particularly between great apes and humans, we might get hints. We might be able to trace back the origins and the evolution of human sexual behaviors.
Do you ever see cases of exclusive homosexuality?
We are pretty sure that this male homosexual behavior occurs in a heterosexual context. Most of these males will have sexual interactions with females later in their lives.
So it turns out Japanese macaques, like many other animal species, are more bisexual than exclusively gay. But I've heard of a place. It's a special place where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, but you'll find many sheep who are gay. I'm in the beautiful treasure state of Montana, and I'm on the lookout for Dr. Ann Perkins and her damn gay sheep. Come on, let's go, Murphy. Howdy, you must
Hi,
be
Bryce.
Ann.
Yeah, come on, I'll take you to the sheep.
Awesome, I'm really looking forward to that.
Biologist and professor of anthrozoology, Dr. Ann Perkins, did extensive research into the sexual orientation of sheep. Perkins now maintains that around 8% of rams are completely gay.
Exclusively gay sheep. Who knew? And I don't think you need me telling you, they didn't choose this lifestyle.
So come on in.
So I gotta know, what got you interested in gay sheep?
Well, I can tell you that, you know, when I was a little girl, I didn't say, when I grow up, I want to be a gay sheep researcher.
Right.
It wasn't like I was
It wasn't
looking,
written in the stars?
No, and I wasn't looking for that. I was actually doing research in male reproductive physiology with stallions. And when I got into my PhD work, I wanted to stay in the field that I was comfortable with, that is male reproductive physiology and behavior. There is a U.S. sheep experiment station in Idaho, and I thought that if I had access to many, many rams, I could work on developing a biological, physiological marker that would help producers find superior breeding rams.
Right, so you were looking for a biological marker for superior rams, but you
Right.
ended up discovering...
Homosexual orientation in sheep, yeah.
Wow!
The project began when American sheep farmers discovered that some of their alpha rams selected for prime breeding refused to mount the ewes. so Perkins came on board to investigate this phenomenon. They performed tests where these alphas had the option to mount either a female or a male, and some would only choose to mount the males.
You've discovered these homosexual rams, but what is making them gay?
A process happens very early in development in utero, and it sets the brain up to how they're going to perceive sexual partners as adults. What we were suspicious of was that something went on in the early in utero lives of these male-oriented rams, and they didn't develop male brains.
During early development, parts of the brain develop in a sexually dimorphic fashion, which means that there are differences between male and female. Perkins discovered that in the brains of the homosexual rams, their hypothalamus and limbic systems more closely resembled those of the female sheep.
Is this at all similar to humans? Like, what's really going on in the human brain? And I happen to have a human brain with me, so you can point it out.
Okay, Bryce. This part of the brain, be it human or sheep or rat or cat or dog, is where we have the brainstem and limbic system. This is where sex happens. This is where we survive and reproduce.
And the limbic system structures of the sheep aren't so different from the limbic system structures of humans. How we are different is how we process all that limbic system structure stuff.
So now I have the big question.
Okay.
What's making them gay? Like, why did this evolve to begin with?
Flies in the face of evolution, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
Yeah, okay.
And you are going to give me that answer, right?
Well, here's the answer, Bryce. I am a physiologist, and I'm trained in neurophysiology and neuroscience. And we look at the answers to how is it that the brain does this. And I've helped you with that, right, Bryce?
Yep, you're good. I'm good. I think I'm good.
But the why question is answered by the evolutionary biologists. They are the ones that look at why would something like this develop over time? You know, how can it be passed on? How can it exist?
From generation
if in fact,
to generation.
Yeah, if in fact it seems like it's not adaptive.
It must
So-
be, though.
Something's going on. Find out.
Yep.
Let me know.
All right, thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay, homosexuality is clearly all over the animal kingdom, but how did it get here and why is it stuck around? Given evolution's rather uncompromising selection process, there must be some kind of benefit that we provide for the survival of our species. And that's why I've come to Italy, to find out what part, if any, homosexuality plays in the bigger picture of evolution. The things I'll do for science!